KD Stan, did y'all watch that game? Y'all gonna throw stats at me? Did you watch the fourth quarter? Did you or did you not watch the fourth quarter? Because if you did, then you understand why I said what I said and why I'm standing on it. But I don't want it to come off as if I don't love KD too. I love KD the person and what the impact he brought to the city and just like what him coming to Phoenix means. Like I understand and I get that and I love KD, but he's not to me, he's not above like critique. He's not bigger than the program. You know what I mean? We struggled in the fourth quarter, but y'all did make a lot of valid points. You know what I'm saying? And I can agree with some of that stuff. But like I said, I feel like my assessment and what I'm talking about mainly is what he do in the fourth quarter when it's winning time. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Tonight he dropped what 45 or some shit like that. But in the fourth quarter, he scored 5 points, and it was just like if you watch that fourth quarter, you seen how bad we struggled in the fourth quarter, and all that is not on him. I'm not trying to sit up here and put all of that like oh like that whole entire shit is you know what I'm saying like his responsibility to close the game like all by himself all the time. And I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like when the times when it's book out, when it's Beal out or whatever, I still feel like KD should be good enough. If y'all saying he's good as you say he is in the comment section, he should be good enough to carry us in the fourth quarter, especially with a lead to win some of these games. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's all on him every single night out. Like I'm not saying that, um, but like I said, KD he had a great game. You know what I mean? Dropped what 37, some shit like that. Yeah, dropped 37, 8. And this is what I will say in his defense is I feel like KD kind of suffered a little bit with LeBron go to, but it's crazy because LeBron don't really get chastised as much as KD do for it, and then they like question his leadership and shit like that. But KD just trusts niggas to do their job entirely too much for me. You know what I'm saying? Me personally. And I feel like KD kind of coming with the approach that everybody watches much basketball as him, much film. The IQ is the same level when it's not. Because it's just like if you watch this game, Drew Eubanks, I'm genuinely convinced that he is like the definition of like just big for nothing. You know what I mean? Like everybody know the guy that come to the gym, he plays, and it's just like, damn dog, like if I had your height, if I had X, Y, and Z, like I would be so much better. And it's just like Eubanks. If you just watch KD's reaction to the shit Eubanks do, it is so crazy and it's so like you can see it in his face that he just gets so defeated. Shit got so bad that he said, "Fuck it, I got Jared Allen in it. Like I fuck it, don't just you know what I'm saying? Like I got Jared Allen now. Like that's how bad." And that's the shit that kind of don't get talked about with KD and his leadership and shit like that. Like the little shit that he do like that. Just like you know what, like you doing some other shit, like you know what I mean? And he just like kind of take control of the situation. But like I said, still at the end of the day, like I that's my issue with KD. I guess like sitting down, looking at it is just like he just trusts niggas entirely too much sometimes, and I feel like sometimes he got to take shit over. Sometimes he got to like put his foot down because this is another thing too. I noticed too when it comes to KD and Book and shit like that is that like I prayed going into the playoffs for like just like 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. They need to take like a week, 2 weeks just before the playoffs start. Like they need to sit down and just go over angles. Cause I feel like niggas don't understand angles and niggas don't understand where they need to be when the double is coming, if that makes sense. Like does that make sense to anybody? Like when Book get doubled here, like it was like a solid what when KD hit what was it 9 straight on the 3 balls, like that was like a 3 minute stretch of just brilliance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the offense should look like every single time, especially if somebody is getting doubled. It's just like KD and Book, like they understand the angles, they understand where niggas is supposed to be, but it's just like everybody else don't know. So it's just like it's so crazy. But there was a little bit of glimpse of brilliance when it was like when KD had those wide open threes every time. You know what I'm saying? And he scored like 9 straight. And I'm saying like I don't think that shot should be open every single time, but I'm saying like there's a defensive breakdown somewhere on the court at all times, especially if KD and Book is getting double. Like KD's getting double regardless. So it's just like niggas need to figure out where they need to be at to best help. You know what I'm saying? Like to understand the angle and shit like that, where to cut, where to be at. Like, okay, if KD getting doubled on the elbow, I need to be here. If he getting doubled at the, you know what I'm saying, at the hash mark at half court, I need to be here. If you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So it's just like they need to take 2 weeks just to break down and let niggas know, like, when this happens in the game, like this is where niggas need to be. And it's just like a little bit of that is irritating too, because it's just like nobody on this team cuts. Like, don't nobody cut back door, and it's just like shit is crazy. But that was just my two, I guess, negative kind of takeaways of the game. It's just like, dog, like if these niggas understood angles, like this game would be so like these games would be so much easier. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Beal out there. And it's just like, dog, I genuinely don't get it, like with these dudes. But back to Eubanks and Frank. Frank, like I think we don't need to see any more Eubanks minutes. Like it's time to throw out Thad Young, because I don't think Thad Young could be this bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way Thad Young is worse than what Eubanks is giving us on a nightly basis. Like, it don't make no sense. And I don't understand like why Bo get like the Bobo get like the sporadic like 2 minutes at a time type shit. Like, and it's like to me he don't play that bad to be like getting yanked that quick, especially if you going like, but you'll yank Bobo, but you'll ignore the shit Drew Eubanks do, and it's just like, and his shit is way more egregious than Bobo. So that part of it I don't understand. David Roddy, I feel like I don't know if it's like I think with Eubanks now, I think it's like a confidence issue. Like I think it's more so like he done fucked up so much that like I think his confidence is just gone. It's just shook. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's in a place where it might not return, especially not on this team, because it's just like he could see KD getting mad at him. He could tell niggas like you could tell when it's you. You know what I mean? Like when people is constantly telling you like, oh, this is what you should like you, oh shit, it's me. You know what I mean? So I think his confidence is gone. So I feel like it's time to like throw out that Young out there and just see what he can do. But David Roddy was decent today. I feel like he just needs to kind of get his confidence going too with the units. If you're gonna throw him out there, like I'd rather have Ish out there because I feel like he can hit those shots in those moments and you know what I'm saying, make timely buckets, timely stops and shit like that. Because I feel like just the first half of this game, like it was ugly. You know what I'm saying? If you sat down and you watched it, it was ugly. Like we went down 20 at one point, so I was just like, damn, dog, like losing or like, you know what I'm saying, going down 20 with no Donovan Mitchell and no, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit was crazy to me. It was just so crazy. But shout out to Frank and whatever he said to him during halftime or just like at the end of the first quarter or whatever. Because it's like now they started that run and they got back on it and, you know what I'm saying, took over the lead and shit like that. So whatever adjustment they did make, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate Frank for that defensively. But it was just like, for every adjustment, it was just like it seemed like Eubanks was out there just fucking shit up. Like he didn't know when to switch. He was sticking to people. Like it was just bad. But enough on Eubanks. But all in all, it was a good dub today. It was a good dub. It was a good dub for our standings. You know what I'm saying? Like especially because right now I just want everything to stay exactly how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like keep Minnesota at the 3rd seed so we can keep that 6th seed. And I really want to see them or Oklahoma in the first round. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not opposed to Denver in the first round just because it's just like, I feel like Denver, if we get them in the first round, it's just going to be like, you know, like, let's just get this shit over with. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to win, we're going to win. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose. So it's just like, let's just hurry up and get it over with. So we don't have to deal with the anxiety of like, oh shit, like, they going to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to meet them down the road type shit. But all in all, it was a great game. Way to fight, you know what I'm saying? Way to not, you know what I'm saying, like fold under pressure and shit like that. Cause I feel like typically we would have rolled over and just been like, you know, it's not our night tonight. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. They got some pieces over there. They got, if it wasn't for Okoro stepping out of bounds, ain't no telling how this night would have went. Like, let's keep it a bean. But they definitely got some quality minutes out of everybody. They got some damn good coaching over there. So it was all good. But until next time, man, peace.